All right, so uh, I guess this is an update I've been done in for some time, which is on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is kind of funny because Bitcoin is actually behaving much better than what it had done before. And so the expectation was that Bitcoin will be kind of moving about this $20 to $22 mark or so. It went down to like 18 and a half, but it was basically somewhere between lately, 21 to $19 or so was bouncing around, right? However, kind of like with the regular market, it started to move in a, sideways fashion. Like, if you look at this low on the 1st of July was higher than the previous low, 17th of June, right? So, but then the new low that was set up was on the 14th of this month, lower than the previous low, starting on the 1st of this month. So basically, the point that we're getting here is that uh, again, remember that Bitcoin is essentially a risk-on asset. It's like basically Nasdaq on crack. So what's interesting here, though, is that Bitcoin is actually giving a better signal, technically speaking, of a kind of a bounce, right? Now, my expectation was that Bitcoin will stay something about like 20 to 22,000. It did go up above 22,000, so that was a positive sign for Bitcoin. But the even though, and the thing is that there has been a wide range, the prices have started to range out, right? And it's not like consolidating or in a compression mode. It's expansion. It has expanded a little bit more, right, in the last like 2 weeks. And so it's vaguely, not vaguely, it's lightly bullish, right? It's still a very compact range, right? We can't really be 100% bullish because, well, again, it's a compact range. Overall, it's in a bear market. Bear markets will have consolidation periods. Any kind of market would. The difference is there's you can see quite a bit of like momentum to the upside. The only difference in here is that you have kind of like a um, inverse like hammer here, right? Two of them, which is not a good sign. That means that every time price goes up, it kind of gets pushed down. Also, you kind of have low volume, right? As it's moving down, there's low volume. So um, so basically, what this implies is that it's still in a, relatively speaking, last week or so, it's still in a stronger market. Question is this sustainable? We're still in this general area where we're consolidating. There's still a congestion, right? And it has to prove itself for it to kind of move up again. So now, given that it has gotten to 22 and a half, let's say our new target for it to break, obviously this is the futures, is 23,000. Now that's important because there's a lot of room to run as we have gone before, like about up to 28,000, and then gap fill up to like 30,000. Is it likely? Again, our bias has been no, because our underlying condition of the market, the probability, let's put it this way, the probability is still to the downside because our overall macro situation is that, like still we still have basically a, recessionary, definitely a bearish environment, right? We have a contracting um, money supply. We have quantitative tightening, which barely started like June 1st. Um, we have interest rates being jacked up. This is not good for risk on assets. Dollars going, up and up and up. That's something to be talked about. I have to do something about that because this is like it's a wrecking ball that's wrecking pretty much um, every risk on asset. So um, basically, Bitcoin, is still in that consolidation range. Hasn't made if there might be an inverse trade here, right? If it does break through the 23,000 level with good strength, again, as a trader, we take any side, right? Our bias then has to change because the market has proven us wrong, and then basically, given that has given us a certain signal, we then go the opposite side. Now, again, this is not really a like how should I say? This is not a in the last few weeks, in fact, the whole month looks like, it hasn't been a trending market. There is no trend. It has to give you a trend to make that trade. Overall, the trend is down. Boom, right? So we still have, from a macro perspective, still have more of a contracting, overall economic situation that we're looking for, that we're basically, speculating, right, into the future. The one good thing about the market that is bullish is that there has been a lot of good, well, not a lot, but generally speaking, positive earnings reports coming out. However, it all depends on the forward projection. And then do they get revised up or revised down? And so you have two things macro numbers that are bad. However, in the short term, earnings numbers have been good. So if earnings numbers then gets revised down, or if the projections start coming out that the earnings numbers are, you know, expectation of earnings to be lower, then those are again bearish sign. And if the regular market starts to then go down, Bitcoin being what it is should also go down. Now the new level is going to be 18 and well 19,000 again, pretty much the same level, really. Um, if it breaks down with good strength, we should see some more downside move. Again, an easy downside move to about 12,000, as we have said before. Right there, 12,000. Right there. So this long area of congestion, right? Don't have to be perfect. If it comes close, it's good enough. However, though, I mean, in this congestion, again, you want to like a definitive like break, right? So yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that. Intraday, I mean, given it's Bitcoin, their trend, they gonna go like real hard intraday. So just like boom, 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 right, on a stair-step pattern. You can always trade intraday any way you like. Again, given it's Bitcoin, it does this kind of a move, right? Support line here. I mean, it's a really nice chart. You have, I mean, to be honest with you, it is definitely a bullish chart in the hourly. Not gonna deny that. Um, Overall, though, in a macro sense, in a big picture environment on a daily, it's in a bear market. Um, you know, in the weekly bear market, obviously, and also we have like macro levels in macro data that's coming out that are bad. If earnings gets revised down, that's the one like that's keeping things up. Then again, um, logically speaking, we should expect earnings to be, tapered down, or expectation of earnings to be tapered down. So again, those are like the headwinds, and one, again, the bias is that it's still, overall, it's still a bear market. So anyway, this has all been my ideas, my thoughts, not your thoughts. And yeah, I mean, this is I'm not recommending any trade. This is not any of those. If you need advice, you should, basically talk to a like a, advisor that you can trust. And yeah, I mean, this is informational, educational, entertainment, infotainment, is it edutainment? Is that even a word? But anyway, I guess I'll leave it at that for now. Uh, and hopefully, everyone trades well and does excellent. But yeah, Bitcoin stuck in this range here. Um, Most of the action's been around like the 20, basically the 20 level as expected. But late range has been kind of again been pushed up. Um, so now we're expecting, if it does move down, again it's an overall bear market. We expect it to move down. If it moves down, it's that 19,000 essentially. That's the level to look at. If it moves up, you're looking at, to be honest with this, 19,000, and then 18,500 is going to be like the stronger trigger. I mean, you can do either. To be on the safe side, you can use 18 and a half if it does break down as the trigger point. If you want to be a little bit more greedy, 19,000 probably is good enough. But the point being that, also if it does go up, that level at 23,000, a good level to take a look at. You can take a look at, something closer, like, something like 22,500 or so if you want to be a little bit, faster. But definitely at that level, there's quite a few touches, one touch, two touch, three touch, four touch, and there definitely been price movement in that level before, like what, a month ago. So um, again, this is like very like basic stuff. None of this is like, I'm not hard and fast rules of an XYZ, right? We're just looking at the pricing, momentum, structure of the market, right? Where the main momentum is. Upside, downside breakouts, breakdowns, consolidation, trends. It's very simple stuff. So that's it. Bitcoin, not a whole lot to it. It's basically a bunch of kids trading it. That's why there's only technicals involved here, right? You don't have like, it's not like copper or something like that where data is coming out and people use them and stuff like that, right? Or oil, which by the way, I've not been trading that much and I should be. Although it's basing, I guess we can do an analysis later on because market's going to be opening in 15 minutes and I don't want to. I got some time to kill, make a video and upload them. So anyway, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Have fun. Have fun trading.